So today's video is another video in the Hachette Disney Crochet Granny Square Blanket series, and today we are moving on to issue 55. Issue 55 is the Snow White polka dot square. As you can see, it's this one just here. We've got 3 different colour yarns that we are using today. The white this time is purely for the border. We also have the royal blue and the bright red. Now we're starting with the royal blue, so let's just get straight into it. So for this square, we are starting off with a slip knot on our hook with our royal blue, and we want to make 4 chains. So yarn round the back towards the front and pull through. You've done 1 chain, 2, 3, and 4. Once you've done your 4 chains, you want to slip stitch into the first chain that we just made. So can you see your 4 chains just there? We've got 1 V after our hook. There's 2, 3, and 4. We're going into the first one that we did. Pull up a loop and pull that loop straight through the one that's on your hook, and you've completed your foundation ring. So for round 1, we're chaining 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then we want to do 2 trebles into the centre of our ring. So pinch each side and pull apart, and you'll find the centre. For a treble, we're yarning over, going in through the centre of our ring and pulling up a loop. So we've got 3 on our hook. We're then yarning over, pulling through 2, yarning over, and pulling through 2 again, and you've done your treble. We now want to do another one. So yarn over into your ring, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We now want to chain 2, 1 and 2, and now we're going to do 3 trebles into the centre of the ring. So yarn over into the centre, pull through 2, pull through 2, there's 1 treble, there's 2, and 3. So you want to continue chaining 2 and then doing 3 trebles into the centre of the ring. If you look under round 1 of your magazine, it will tell you exactly how many times you need to do that, and when you have done so, I will meet you there and show you how we finish off this round. So once you've done that as many times as it says to in the magazine, you want to chain 1, and then you want to join with a double crochet into the 3rd chain. So these 3 stitches here from the beginning of the last round are our 3 chains. You can see a V here, a V here, and a V here. We're going into the 3rd, and we're doing a double crochet. So we're pulling a loop through, yarning over, and pulling through both, and you've completed round 1. For round 2, we're chaining 3. 1, 2, and 3. We then want to do a treble into the corner space. So we're yarning over. If you pull apart both sides, you can see your corner. Go into your corner, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We then want to do a treble into the next treble. So you can see you've got 3 stitches here, and those are your 3 trebles from your last round. You want to go into your first one. So yarn over into your first, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Once you've done your treble into your corner space, we want to do a treble into our first stitch of the 3 from the last round, but we're not finishing off this stitch in the blue as we need to change to the bright red in the last part, and I will show you how. So yarn over, and into your first treble stitch from the last round, you've got 3 loops on your hook. We're yarning over and pulling through 2, and we're leaving 2 on our hook ready to join the red. So I've got the red here. You want to put the red over your hook and pull the red through to finish that stitch off, and you then can pull on your blue to tighten that stitch if you so wish. Now we're using the red next for a popcorn stitch. I don't know if you remember, or even if you're part of the Facebook groups for the Disney Crochet, but I did a little vote in the Disney Crochet groups, because we're finding that the popcorn stitches look a bit strange. They're not completely symmetrical. They've got a big loop sticking up away from the work, and they don't look quite right. So we did a vote on alternative popcorn stitches, and so it was decided that you would like to learn a different stitch. So I'm going to teach you a bubble stitch. So let's go ahead and try to learn that one. So this one's pretty similar to the trebling however many together, like our treble 2 together, treble 3 together, but we need to keep going until we've got 6 loops on our hook. So we want to yarn over to begin with, and then we're going to go into our first stitch, and we've got 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through 2, so it leaves 2 loops on our hook. We're then yarning over again, back into that same stitch, pulling up a loop. You've got 4 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2, so you've got 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, back into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, you've got 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over into the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, you've got 5 loops on your hook, so we want to repeat that once more. Yarn over, in through the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, and you've now got your 6 loops on your hook. Now normally to complete this stitch we would simply yarn over and pull through all of those 6 loops. But the thing is we need to use our blue yarn for our next stitch. So what that means we need to do is put our red to one side, and I'm going to carry my yarn across all my work as we have done for certain projects before. So instead I want to pick up the blue now, and I'm going to yarn over with the blue and pull through all 6 of those loops. If you then pull on your working yarn of your red, you want that one to be as tight as possible, because the tighter that stitch is, the more your bobble stitch is going to pop away. It's going to make it form into that circular shape that you can see just there. And can you see how much neater that one is than the popcorn stitch that we do, because it's all formed into like that arch semicircle shape rather than just having a massive open loop at the top, and that's why I think that one's a much better stitch to do. So anyway, moving on, we want to treble into the next stitch. Remember to carry your red yarn from here on across your work, so we've got it ready for our next stitch that we're going to do. So we want to yarn over, keep the red at the top, go into your next stitch. We're doing a treble again. So pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. And there you can see, you've got more of an idea there of what your bubble stitch now looks like. We're now going into our corners with treble 2, 2 chains, treble 2. So yarn over and into your corner, still carrying over the red. We're doing 1 treble, 2 treble, chain 2, 1 and 2, and 2 more trebles. So repeating what we've just done on this side over here again. Yarn over, we're doing a treble into your next stitch, changing colours at the end of the treble. So pull through 2, drop your blue yarn, pick up your red and pull it through the last 2 stitches, or loops I should say. And now for our popcorn stitch or our bubble stitch into our next one. So yarn over into your stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over into your next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, in through, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and you've got 6 loops on your hook, and this is where we change colour again. So I'm dropping the red, picking up the blue and pulling through all 6 loops, and then pulling that one as tight as it will go. And now again using the blue to do a treble into the next stitch, so yarn over into the next and doing a treble, and then into the corners it's 2 trebles, 2 chains, 2 trebles. Carrying over the red again, there's 1 treble, 2 treble, 2 chains, and 1 treble and 2. So if you continue with that pattern for the next 2 sides of your square, I will meet you at the end of the round and show you how to finish that one off. So end of the round for round 2 I should say, end of the round for round 2, we are doing 2 trebles into the corner space. So remember to carry over your red, yarn over, there's 1 treble and 2. We are then doing 1 chain and following up with a double crochet into the 3rd chain. So count up your 3 chains here. There's 1, 2 and 3, pulling a loop through, yarning over and pulling through both. So that's what it looks like after round 2. For round 3, we're chaining 3, 1, 2 and 3, and doing 1 treble into our corner space. There's that one. We then want to do trebles all the way along. So pick up your red and make sure you're carrying that one over for the next round, because we're not doing popcorn stitches in this round. So yarn over into your first stitch, make sure you've got your red caught over your hook. There's 1 treble into your next. It would have helped if I'd have yarned over first, I apologise. So yarn over into your next, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, there's 2 trebles, and into your next, carrying over your red. So we've done 3 trebles, and now we want to do 1 treble into the top of the popcorn stitch. So into your next stitch, there's 1, and now we want to do 3 more trebles. So 1, 2 and 3. We're now at our first corner, and into the corners you want to do 2 trebles, 2 chains, 2 trebles. 1, 2, 2 chains, 1 and 2 more trebles. There's 1 and 2. Continue the same way, trebling along. Your corners are 2 trebles, 2 chains, 2 trebles. I'll meet you at the end of the round. So at the end of that round, when you get to your corner, you want to do 2 trebles into the corner space. 1 and 2. After that, you want to chain 1 And then you need to do a double crochet into the third chain again. So count up 3 into your third chain, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both, and you've finished round 3. Now for round 4, we're going to be doing more of the popcorn stitches. So starting off with the blue, you need to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And then we are trebling into the corner space. So yarn over, remember to catch your red from behind this time. I've got that one over my hook. Can you see the red's over there to make sure it catches in the stitch? Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Once you've done that one, we are doing a treble into each of the next 2 trebles and then a pop in the one after. So we need to change colours on our second treble. So yarn over and go in through your first, catching your red. We've done 1 treble and now another, and we're going to change colours. So pull through 2, drop your blue, pick up your red and pull through 2. And now we're doing a popcorn stitch or a puff stitch, a bubble stitch, whichever one you want to call it, into your next. So yarn over, into your next, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, back in, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, back in, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, back in, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, back in, yarn over, pull through 2, and you've got 6 loops on your hook. Remember now, drop your red, pick up your blue, yarn over, pull through all 6 loops and pull as tight as you can on both your blue and your red. Using your blue again, yarn over, remember to carry your red. We're now doing 5 trebles. So into the next stitch, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and on our 5th stitch we're going to change colours. So go in through, yarn over, pull through 2, drop your blue, pick up your red, yarn over and pull through those 2 stitches, and now we're doing a bubble stitch into the next stitch. So yarn over, into your next, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. We've got 6 loops on our hook. We can drop our red, pick up our blue and pull through all 6 loops. We now need to do 2 trebles in the blue. So carrying our red again, yarn over into your next, and there's 1 treble and 2 treble. Now we're at the corner. I'm just going to pull that red again just to tighten that one. Into your corner you want to do 2 trebles, 2 chains and 2 trebles. Remember to carry your red. There's 1 treble, there's 2 chains and 2 trebles. So for this round it's 2 trebles, changing colour in your second, 1 stitch, 5 trebles, changing colour in your 5th, 1 puff stitch, 2 trebles, and then your corners are 2 trebles, 2 chains, 2 trebles. So it's 2 trebles, puff stitch, 5 trebles, puff stitch, 2 trebles. Corners are 2 trebles, 2 chains, 2 trebles. If you want to carry on doing that for the next 3 sides, I will meet you at the end and show you how to finish off the round. So We're at the corner for round 4, the final corner, and you want to do 2 trebles into the corner space. So there's 1 and 2. We then want to chain 1 and again finish off with a double crochet into our 3rd chain. So there's my 3 chains just here, going in through, pulling up a loop, yarning over, pulling through both. Now I don't know about you, but everything for me is getting a bit tangled where I'm carrying over the red yarn. We're now moving on to round 5, which doesn't require any popcorn stitches. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to snip off and leave enough to weave the ends in of the red, just because we're using just the blue in the next round, just like we did for the last round in between the 2 bubble stitch rounds. So we'll just use the blue for the next round, and then I will show you where to rejoin the red yarn for round 6 when we get to that one. So round 5, we're chaining 3. 1, 2 and 3. We then want to do 1 treble into the corner space. We're then going to treble all the way along, just like we did for the round before last. I'll do a couple with you. So yarn over into your first stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and 1 more into your next stitch, pull through 2, pull through 2. Go all the way along. Your magazine under round 5 will tell you exactly how many you need to do, and then I'll meet you at the first corner to show you what to do from there. So for the corners for round 5, just like the other rounds, is 2 trebles, 2 chains and 2 trebles. So there's 1 treble, there's 2 chains, and 2, 1, and I nearly lost count, and 2 trebles. So continue. I've got a hair there. There we go. So continue trebling along. The magazine will tell you exactly how many there should be. Your corners are 2 trebles, 2 chains, 2 trebles. I'll meet you at the end of the round. So final corner for round 5, you want to do 2 trebles into the corner space. There's 1 and 2. You then want to chain 1 and again finish off with a double crochet into your 3rd chain. Yarn over, pull through both. So now we're moving on to round 6. This is our final round where we will be using our different colours, and again we're going to be doing some popcorn stitches, so I will show you where to join your red again. So to begin with the blue, we're chaining 3. 1, 2 and 3, and then doing 1 treble into the corner space. We then want to do 2 trebles, changing to the red on the 2nd. So yarn over into your first stitch, we're doing a treble, and then another treble into the 2nd stitch, but we want to change colour. So pull through 2, and we're then going to grab our red. So I'm going to drape that one over my hook and pull through both loops, and I've attached my red. Remember to carry over your blue, so put it over the front of your work. Now with my working yarn of my red, I'm going to yarn over and do my puff stitch into my next. So I've yarned over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and I've got 6 loops on my hook. You can see that one's quite loose there, so I'm just going to give that non-working tail a tug. Oh, sorry, I went off camera there. Give that one a tug where that one was slightly loose on my hook. And now changing yarns again, I'm dropping my red towards the front, bringing the blue over my hook and pulling it through the 6 loops. And you can then tug on your red just to tighten that one. And if you tug on the non-working tail, it will tighten that stitch slightly as well. So with the blue now, we want to do a treble in each of the next 6 stitches, changing colour again on the 6th. So remember to keep your red on top of your work and carrying it over. So into my next stitch, there's 1 treble, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is my 6th stitch, so I'm going to change colour. I've pulled through 2, dropping my blue, picking up my red and pulling it through, and now we can do the puff stitch into the next stitch. So I'm going to carry over my blue, so yarn over and do your puff stitch. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. I've got 6 loops on my hook, dropping my red, picking up my blue, yarning over, pulling through all 6. You can now do another 6 trebles in your blue, changing colour on your 6th. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6th stitch, pull through 2, drop my blue, pick up my red, pull through the last 2 stitches. 1 more pop in your next stitch. So I'll pull through once, 2, 3, 4 and 5. I've got 6 loops, drop my red, pick up my blue, pull through all 6 loops, and now we need to do 2 trebles into the next 2 stitches. There's 1 and 2. So we're at the corner, into the corners, it's 2 trebles, 2 chains, 2 trebles. There's 1, 2, chain 2, 1 and 2, and 2 more trebles into the corner space. There's 1 and 2. So for round 6 you're doing 2 trebles, changing to the red, 1 popcorn stitch, 6 trebles, changing to the red, 1 popcorn stitch, 6 trebles, changing to the red, 1 popcorn stitch, 2 trebles. Your corners are 2 trebles, 2 chains, 2 trebles. If you continue with that all the way around on each of the other 3 sides, I will meet you at the end and show you what you need to do from there. So I've just got to the end of that round. Before I go any further, I do just need to say that one of my lights has decided to stop working on me. Any light that's coming from in this direction, there isn't any. There's only light coming this way at the moment, which means that the video may not appear as clear as normal. it may not be as good quality. All I can do is apologise. I want to get this video out to you as quickly as possible. I've still got the light coming from this way, so I just want to finish this video off. Hopefully there's no bad shadows causing any problems with the video, and then I will make sure to get my light fixed ahead of the next video. So let's carry on with this one. We've got to the end of round 6. I've done my pop stitch and my last 2 blue trebles. So still working in the blue. I'll put that one back on my hook. And then into the corner space, we want to do 2 trebles, then 2 chains and fasten off with a slip stitch into the 3rd chain. So to start off with, you want to do 2 trebles. I've yarned over into the corner, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then repeat. Pull through 2, pull through 2, we're chaining 2, 1 and 2, and then slip stitch into the 3rd chain. I've got my chains here from the start of the round, counting up 3, go in through, pull up a loop, and pull that loop straight through the one that's on your hook. So you can now fasten off both your red and your blue. We are going to be doing the border in the next round, so you can join your white to any of your corner spaces. So I've joined my white for my border. I've just measured my square up against the other squares that I've done, and this one is quite large. So for the purpose of this square, I'm going to be doing a double crochet border rather than the half treble. Now, for all of those that have seen my videos before, you will know what I'm doing here, because I change up the stitch depending on the size of the square, just to make sure it's the same size as the other squares. So everyone who has got a square that is average size right now and wants to do the border in the magazine, what you want to do is you want to chain 2, and then you're going to yarn over into your first stitch, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 with your half trebles, and then continue along with half trebles. That's a medium-sized stitch, and I've got a large square, so I want to do a smaller stitch, so I'm going to stick with the double crochet. For the double crochet, we're only going to chain 1 rather than the 2 chains you would do for the half treble. I hope this all makes sense. I hope you can keep up with me. So what we're going to do here is just do a stitch in each stitch that you can see. It's going to be that simple. You should have 23 stitches. We're going to do 23 stitches, whether you're doing 23 half trebles or 23 double crochets like I'm going to do. So for my double crochets, I'll go into that first stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through the both of them, and I've done 1. Into my next, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both. There's 2. Into my next, yarn over, pull through both. I've done 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. I'm at my corner. Now your corners are going to be 1 stitch, 2 chains, 1 stitch. And by that, if you're doing half trebles, it's 1 half treble, 2 chains, 1 half treble. If you're doing double crochet, it's 1 double crochet, 2 chains, or 1 double crochet, which is what I'm going to do. So 1 double crochet into the corner, 2 chains, and 1 more double crochet. And then again, I'm going to carry all the way along with my double crochets and into the corner, do 1 double crochet, 2 chains, 1 double crochet. So I'm going to go all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end to show you how to finish this one off. So when you get to your last corner with your border, we are doing 1 stitch into the corner, 2 chains, and then fastening off. So if you're doing half trebles, do 1 half treble into the corner. With the double crochet, do 1 double crochet stitch into your corner. Oh, I've just picked up my non-working yarn, bear with me. So I've done my 1 stitch. I then need to do 2 chains, which you'll do as well if you are using a half treble. So here's where it differs. If you're doing half trebles, you will have 2 chains at the beginning, and you want to do a slip stitch into your second chain. Anyone that's done the double crochet, we're finishing off with a slip stitch into our first stitch, and you can see that first V just there. So we're going in through that one, pulling up a loop, pulling that one through the loop that's on our hook, and we can then fasten that one off. So there is that one complete. I'll just tuck my ends in. So here is our Snow White polka dot square from issue 55. I hope you've enjoyed doing the different popcorn stitch for this one. You will find occasionally that they do go a bit flat, but you can change that up by simply placing your finger underneath and just pushing it up through, and see that how that rounds that one off again. You can just push them all up if you so wish. I think they have gone a bit flatter than they normally would due to the fact that we've been changing colours. I think this stitch does work better if you're just doing it in the one colour. But it was an experiment, and we've tried something new. You've learnt a new stitch, and it still looks better, I think, than if we'd have done the stitch that came with the magazine, because we haven't got the huge loops on the top, which is why we wanted to try a new stitch anyway. So I hope you've enjoyed this one. Again, I am sorry for the light issues. I hope it's not too bad. I'm just a bit worried when I go to edit this video that it's going to look awful, but bear with me just until the new light arrives. At least we can still have videos. If you've liked this video, or if you've used this video alongside your subscription, please leave a like, purely because it helps me to gauge how many people are still using the videos and following along with me. Leave a comment below if you need any help or about anything. You know, I always say if you want to chat, leave a comment, we'll have a chat. And subscribe if you want a notification when the next video is posted, because I am terrible at remembering to upload to all the social media pages that another video is out. So all that's left to say is have an absolutely wonderful week, and I'll see you for the next video. Bye bye.